Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's animal character is 鹅, goose. Just by the sound of it, we just use one syllable and one vowel to be accurate to express one animal, 鹅. And actually, we have another animal, exactly the same sound, different saying. So that shows like Chinese can go pretty simple. And that also shows that 鹅, if we use just one vowel without consonant, probably this is an animal that's pretty close to our life, that we simplify the pronunciation as well. That's my guess. Because goose, yes, it is part of the commonly seen domestic animals, right? We're talking about the ji. Chinese express ji as enslaved bird. That's chicken. It's domesticated bird. But 鹅, we cannot express the same way, even if it's domesticated bird as well. Instead, we use this big feathered birds. I guess compare with chicken, 鹅 probably have more feathers, right? It seems like they are heavier. The size is bigger. They have longer feathers. Sometimes 鹅 can be more aggressive, and the goose can be more aggressive. And then on the right side, it's paired with 我. That means me. In Chinese, there are multiple ways to express me. This way, it's using two weaponry. The right side and the left side actually originally should be the same kind of mirror image, but because over time, people find an easy way to combine them together, so they are like integrated into one character, even if this is the same weaponry holding both hands. But it's transformed a little bit, so your eyes feel probably more comfortable, and they are connected integrated, into one character. So the sharp edges, all of these are associated with weaponry. And my theory is ancient farming society in wartime would convert their farming tool into weaponry. So farmers will become soldiers back then. So two weapons holding hand, I guess that's one of the ancient ways to define a person, especially in wartime. Like, how are you going to head count your army size? It's whoever has weapons that counts, and they would be the ultimate head count. The rest of them are like consumer, speaker. Like we have the mouse symbol, that's eating, speaking. That's in peaceful time, no problem. Head count, you count consumption, you count production, right? Whoever can be part of this productive member of the society, but in wartime, you count weaponry. So that's my guess why this becomes me. It's me who can defend, who can fight, that counts. All right, so this concept of 我 plus this long-feathered bird became goose. Okay, so why 我? My guess here is one is domesticated, it's close to our daily life, so I guess it's easier for us to identify or to extend the sense of self to this bird. And probably among all the domesticated animals, goose probably looks better or bigger, more dignified than chickens. They're probably more expensive and rarer to come across than chickens. So I guess humans, if we have to extend ourselves to identify, to adopt a bird to be our, representing us, probably is easier than chicken. Another explanation is 我, the sound of 我 kind of lend to the sound the goose make. Especially, okay, in this example, this 鹅, we actually pronounce it as 鹅 in this most famous nursery rhyme in Chinese. The first poem, the very first poem for I guess, pre-K is this one. 鹅 曲项向天歌. So first, it's simple, right? 鹅 you repeat it 3 times. And it kind of imitating the sound the goose would make. And so it's easier to associate this animal with this sound to help memorize. Okay, this means that goose thing for little kids, right? So from this, we can guess, okay, this sound, like imitating the sound this type of bird makes. So that's why. So I came up with two theories. 趋向向天歌, okay, let's just continue about this expression. So 趋向向天歌 means it's non-linear, it's curvier neck. So the main feature of goose is the long neck. Chickens sort of has it, but not as distinctive as the goose, right? It's a long neck, it's curved long neck. It's its main feature. So 趋向向天歌, like facing the sky. The goose make their song. I mean, kind of romanticizing the goose, right? I mean, goose just make their song, but make their sound. Maybe it's for mating or fighting, whatever purpose. But Chinese poem personalize them, and as if they are singing toward the sky with their curviest neck. All right. So that's the first image and the first nursery rhyme most Chinese kids learned, and made it. That's probably one of the first characters Chinese little kids know. Okay, 鹅毛大雪 is another expression when we're describing the snowflake is so heavy and fluffy. We use the feather from the goose. I guess, so first, goose is more prevalent than other birds that we know because it's part of life. It's our domesticated animal. In comparison to chickens or ducks, they have bigger body, longer feathers. And so probably that's why it's easier to use something from things we know to reference how a snowflake, heavy, fluffy snowflake will look. So Chinese use 鹅毛, the feather from the goose, to describe heavy snow. Okay, and then Chinese pair this 鹅 with other characters to go to its subcategories or specific type of birds. And you probably be shocked about how Chinese see swan as 天鹅. So it's a goose from the sky. I mean, it's another romanticizing of this bird. And when Chinese hear swan, 天鹅, in 天鹅 this form, it almost evoke this image of this bird as heavenly bird because it comes down from the sky, right? It's a Chinese romanticizing this animal. Versus we have a 企鹅. I don't know. I need to discover, do my homework. Why 企 paired with 企? We use 企业 means enterprise, so it's company. Or 企图 is like intention. So this 企鹅is kind of an abstract word, right? Enterprise or intention in both expressions, this 企 is kind of abstract. And this abstract word paired with 鹅, the goose, together and make penguin. So when I grew up in this culture, swan and penguins, they are like siblings. They're, or, X number of distant cousins. So they're kind of the same category because we pair both with 鹅. I'm not sure if English speakers would kind of have such association, but Chinese language, simply by how the language construct the world and come up with such concept, they put swan and penguins in the same category of goose. Okay, so that's 鹅. Yep. Thank you for your time. See you another day.